Hey, how y'all doing? I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back to T Mike React. There's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world today, and I know y'all been noticing like I've been noticing. So what we're gonna do is check out some of the wildest videos that's going on. If you like the comment, please hit that like button. That thumbs up means a lot to me. It's free for you. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 900. We gotta get to 900 before we hit 1,000. And these videos are for entertainment purposes only. Don't believe anything you see in these videos. Please excuse the long intro. Other than that, let's hop right into this video and see what's going on.
First, it was the rabbits. Strange creatures spotted in fields with grotesque, tentacle-like growths hanging from their faces. People called them Frankenstein rabbits, the result of a viral disease that twisted their bodies in unnatural ways. Now, just a few months later, squirrels across the U.S. are showing eerily similar signs. Wart-like tumors, oozing sores, faces so disfigured they've been nicknamed zombie squirrels. Both outbreaks come from viruses in the same family, pox viruses, though each one targets its own host. Experts insist there's no risk to humans, no chance of crossover. But still, how does nature suddenly produce two nearly identical plagues in animals that share our neighborhoods and backyards? Are these just natural cycles playing out in wildlife? Or a signal of something bigger shifting in the environment? When we see rabbits with tentacle-like growths, and squirrels covered in tumors, it raises a chilling question. Are we witnessing isolated animal illnesses? Or the early warning signs of an ecosystem breaking down? Signs of an ecosystem breaking down.
Have any of you guys seen anything like that in your neck of the woods? Now, I haven't seen anything yet. And I hate the fact that I said yet. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that in the comments below. That's crazy. Nah. Imagine seeing that. And imagine it chasing you. You know they run faster than you. I'm arachnophobic, I admit it. I ain't gonna run from a spider, but I don't want them on me. I will do the spider dance, but God, y'all see the size of that spider. That can't be real. This has got to be AI. There's no way in the way. No way that's real. I'm not filming it. I'm killing that thing. Look how thick that web was. Shit.
The paranormal check here. Something is happening off the waters of South Africa. Witnesses recorded what seems to be hundreds and possibly even thousands of dolphins, orcas, and whales fleeing the coast. This has never been seen before.
Y'all believe that animals are in touch with the Earth magnetic field and can sense things that's going on? You know, there's animals acting crazy on land and in water. I don't know, y'all.
And we can only question and wonder as to why. Is this a sign from nature that something big, a natural disaster, is coming? Take a look at this footage and tell me what you think.
There's a whole super dolphins, and there's a whole nother one. This is, they're all coming together. Look at this. Look how many there are. Oh my goodness. Look at them jumping and just...
That's crazy.
Never in my whole life.
Guys, this is insane.
Never ever in my entire life did I ever think that I'd see something like this.
Where's that whale gone?
He's there.
They are ghosts. They are so old. They are so old.
Baby, I've never seen anything like this before. Yeah, I'm zooming in. What are they doing? What are they doing? How are they walking on water? I'm so scared I can't even speak. I can't even speak right now. I'm scared. Maybe we should... No, maybe we should go more in the middle. Oh my god, there's more walking.
Come on.
There's more walking in the water. It's like a zombie apocalypse. Is this the zombie apocalypse?
What the hell was going on there, y'all? Now, peep this. These are the different things in the weather that's going on across the world, man. And all this stuff is happening around the same time. You got flooding, fire, tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, all kinds of shit, snow. And all these things is happening simultaneously.
Erupt because liquid hot magma is bubbling up from the Earth's core. Well, if you do, you should stick around. And if you like dragons, you should stick around too. You see, once you realize you don't live where you thought you lived, it causes you to question a lot of things you thought you always knew. And volcanoes, they're no different. So I went volcano hunting because I wanted to see what I could see. And I went to Mount Rainier in Washington. And right away I noticed something. And you might not see it right away, but I sure did. But take a look, and then I'll show you. How about now? Is it coming clear now? So I thought, maybe this is just a coincidence. Maybe this actually is just pareidolia. So I went to another volcano, and I found another face that looked pretty similar, down to its eyes, and even nose, and mouth. And when you compare two different volcanoes side by side, faces are clearly there, but this isn't even the half of it. Because I kept hunting and I kept going to volcanoes and I kept finding remnants of dragons. Do you see this face here down to its eye, long beak, and its whole dragon body? Again, this isn't even the end of it. This would...
What y'all think? Okay, peep this. You got cameras in your house and you just recording to make sure you security, right? And then you start seeing some extra stuff. What do? Leave that in the comments below. Spooky. I'm out of there at that moment. You got a haunted baby. Haunted babies are the worst. See what I mean? Badass kid ghost messing around with the ceiling fan. This ghost is hyperactive. Look how fast he's swinging. There's no need to be going that fast. At the same time, really? As long as you don't fuck with the TV, we all right though. Y'all see that orb that just flew down? Y'all think this is stage, or y'all think this is real? Leave your opinions in the comments below though. Or am I just high? I don't know. Y'all let me know. Spooky. Again to the weather thing. Flood. India. Was it snow in Taiwan? Mexico. Indonesia.
So it could be 1727 now?
It just could be. What if nearly 300 years of history never happened? Stay with me. In 1991, a German historian named Hermann Illig proposed something that shakes the very foundation of time itself, the phantom time hypothesis. His claim? The years 614 to 911 AD were completely fabricated. They don't exist. They were inserted into history, and we've been living in a false timeline ever since. Now, who would do this, and why? Enter Holy Roman Emperor Otto III, Pope Sylvester II, and Byzantine Emperor Constantine VII. Three powerful figures who supposedly conspired to alter historical records and manipulate the calendar. Why? Because Otto III wanted to rule in the symbolic year 1000 AD, a number that carries power, prophecy, and legitimacy. But instead of waiting, they fast-forwarded history itself. Now, think about this. We have written records from this missing period, sure. But where are the artifacts, the architecture, the undeniable physical proof? You'd expect 297 years to leave more behind, yet it's eerily scarce. And if this sounds impossible, just remember, Tartaria was erased from history. If they can erase entire civilizations, why not rewrite time itself?
Now, I don't ever use the term humanity or human. I don't call myself a human because the term human, according to the Ballantyne's Black's Law Dictionary of 1948,
monster,
right? Second edition, it says that the term human means sea monster. So I don't ever use the term human, and I teach my students.
Are sea monsters real?
The term human because it means sea monster. In the Ballantyne's Black's Law Dictionary, it's got several editions, but the edition of 1948, it describes a human as a sea monster.
So what are you? God's creation?
Yeah, but because the term human is nowhere to be found in the Holy Writ, in the Scriptures. So anything that's not in the Holy Scriptures is suspect. So I don't use the term human. It means sea monster, or the term fetus. It means a young cargo or a young animal. And so what the deep state has done luciferically for the past 6,000 years is to take God's creation and to contaminate it with words and curses.
Words, curses, spells.
What made the dinosaurs go extinct? Do you realize they're asking the wrong question? The question is not what made them go extinct. The question is, did they go extinct? Now, they didn't call them dinosaur, though. They called them dragon. See, the word dinosaur wasn't made up till 1841. So for most of human history, these creatures are called dragons. Did you know dinosaurs not even in the dictionary in 1891? For most of human history, they were known as dragons. Now, dragons are mentioned in the Bible 34 times. People say, why aren't dinosaurs in the Bible? Last night, I'm talking to this lady at the counter at the hotel. She said, well, dinosaurs aren't in the Bible. I said, that's correct. That word wasn't made up till 1841. And if you got the right Bible, that was translated 1611. So, of course, you're not going to find that word in there. Duh. But they called them dragons. Dragons are listed in the dictionary in 1946 as now rare. As the population of people began to grow after the flood, the population of dragons began to go down. Because nobody wants to live next door to a dragon. Same thing happened in Cobb County, Georgia, where Atlanta is today. Do you realize how many grizzly bears there are roaming around the woods right now near Atlanta, Georgia? 0. Do you know how many there were just 300 years ago? Hundreds. What happened to the grizzly bears in Cobb County, Georgia? Well, as people move in and civilize an area, the big ferocious animals are killed off or driven off. Happens everywhere. If it came on the evening news tonight that there were 5 grizzly bears roaming around Cobb County, you know what would happen by 6 o'clock in the morning? They'd all be dead.
Because every redneck in 4 states would be out there with a rifle trying to shoot one.
Probably.
Right? And whoever could shoot the biggest one would be a hero. They'd have his picture on the front page. Hey, Bubba shot the grizzly bear and saved the village.
Bubba
Yeah,
Ray John Ball.
Well, that's exactly what happened to the dragons. Man, if you could figure out a way to kill a dragon, they'd be telling stories about you around the campfire from now on. People killed dragons for meat because they were a menace, to prove you're a hero, to prove you're superior, competition for land, or for medicinal purposes. Many ancient recipes call for dragon blood, dragon bones, dragon saliva. Why? Gilgamesh is famous for slaying a dragon. A Chinese legend tells about a guy named Yu that surveyed the land of China. It says after the flood, he surveyed the land and divided it into sections. He built channels to drain the water off to the sea and make the land livable again. Many snakes and dragons were driven from the marshlands. Yeah, that's just normal. If you want to build a city, you got to, drive off the dragons and then build your city. I mean, it was expected. You got to drive the dragons off. Okay? Why would the Chinese calendar have 11 real animals, the pig, the duck, the dog, and a dragon? Why would they put a mythical animal in there? Could it be that at the time they came up with these 12 symbols, there were 12 real animals? Here's one of the oldest pieces of pottery on planet Earth. It's a piece of slate from Egypt, first dynasty of United Egypt. It shows long-necked dragons. We make replicas of it if you want to get one for a prize for your bus route, for something to give out to the kid who does whatever, they'll go crazy over this thing. Half-size replicas of the oldest piece of pottery on Earth. Why would they put long-necked dinosaurs on pottery 3,800 years ago? Here's 2 long-necked dinosaurs with a sheep in between their mouths. Here's a hippo tusk from the 12th century BC showing an animal with a long neck and a long tail. There's a cylinder seal showing what appears to quite obvious.
Do y'all feel like these people were making up these creatures they were depicting on these seals and tablets, stone? Or was they describing what they actually were seeing? Y'all tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Be long-necked dinosaurs. The Bible talks about a fiery flying serpent in Isaiah 14. Wait a minute, a fiery flying serpent? Well, if you read the story of Herodotus says he went to a certain place in Arabia, almost exactly opposite Buto, to make inquiries concerning the winged serpents. On my arrival, I saw the backbones and ribs of serpents in such numbers as it's impossible to describe. The winged serpent is shaped like the water snake. Its wings are not feathered, but resemble very closely those of the bat. The people where the bones lie at the entrance of a narrow gorge between steep mountains. The story goes that with the spring, the winged snakes come flying from Arabia towards Egypt, but are met in this gorge by the bird called ibises.
What if I told you that I know exactly what the Grand Canyon is? Would you believe me? And I know exactly why it looks like petrified flesh and has all the signs of petrified living tissue. And then I showed you what the veins of a bat's wing looks like and what the Grand Canyon looks like. And then I remind you, or tell you for the very first time, if you haven't seen my dragon video, what I found right near that area. Look at this outlined in red wing, torso, and head, even down to its molars and jagged teeth. There's a dragon there, and the Grand Canyon is that dragon's petrified veins.
What y'all think, he reaching?
Try to tell me I'm wrong. Try. Now, to the uninitiated to my dragon post, go check it out, but quick recap. Here is the whole dragon in red.
What y'all think?
Space is racing toward our solar system at 130,000 miles per hour, and Harvard scientists think it might be nuclear powered. This isn't science fiction. The third confirmed visitor from beyond our solar system is showing characteristics that have researchers questioning everything. And that's not even the worst part. This thing appears to be generating its own light, like coming from itself. And this simply is not something that happens in nature. It's something that comets just don't naturally do. And it's also perfectly timed to visit multiple planets with odds so impossible, they suggest internal navigation. And what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your mind. So my name's Tom, I'm with the Daily Beltway. I'm also publisher of the Illinois Review and a White House correspondent for the Next News Network. On July 1st, NASA detected something extraordinary, an object called 3I Atlas hurtling through space from beyond our own solar system. And scientists first thought it was just a comet, and they were wrong. It's producing its own light. Check this out.
That we do have is an analysis of the brightness profile of the glow of 3I Atlas. And have a look at this figure, something that's actually a little difficult to...
Okay. I guess we didn't get to see the image of 3I Atlas, but these are some videos of some UFO UAPs that's been caught in the sky recently. It's been a lot of UFO sightings lately, like a lot, and I think it's gonna ramp up a little more, y'all. What do y'all think? These are real, AI generated, or are they just drones that somebody's just flying around messing with people? Make sure y'all let me know in the comments below. I'm on the fence about some of them. I'm gonna be honest with you. Do I believe that there's something out there? Yeah. What it is, I'm not sure. I have my thoughts though. However, I don't share that with a lot of people. No, that's crazy.
Fallen angels on live TV. Okay, I know Florida's in major danger and they're doing the biggest evacuation in like 10 years, but I have to show you this. This is gonna blow your mind and we're going to go down rabbit holes you did not even know existed. So this kid and his dad were watching TV and they're watching right after a missile was shot, I believe around one of the Middle Eastern places we can't speak of. And he said he saw a demon or an angel flying right at the same time. Or like right after it happened. I'm going to show you that, then I'm going to slow it down, then we're going to go from there.
Okay, me and my dad were just sitting here watching Fox News, and I think we just accidentally seen Fox News just showed either angels or demons coming in after a missile.
Specifically fallen angels, but continue. And this was it. But we're going to slow it way the heck down. Now we're going to watch it slow down and enhance. So you can see it's flapping its wings going that way. Let me get out the way. And down at the bottom right, you're going to see it again very clearly.
I can't see no wings or anything, but what the hell is that?
Before, but many times, and even further, a magazine cover predicted it. This, my friend, is a video of Mothman from like Fox or some kind of news. Quite literally a man with wings. You can watch the full video. Very known piece of film.
Y'all think Mothman is a real thing? Like the Chupacabra? Y'all let me know in the comments below.
How do I know he's a fallen angel? He has a day of worship once a year.
He's actually not a fallen angel. However,
let's get to that.
In some circles, he would be considered a hybrid.
From 2012 Mayan Doomsday. There's so many things we could say about this, but that's not why we're here. By the way, Return of the Wolf, Satan. Anyways, he said the demon or the angel, which is the fallen angel, was seen with a missile. You see it yet? That's right, here they are. Pause this and look at the names on the head. Yo, I'll be darned. This right here is insane. Let me know what you think down in the comments.
Follow for more.
How y'all feel so far? Y'all catching up?
So they're coming from out there and they look like humans. They can mess with women and have offspring. They can sit and have dinner with you. And they look like good and handsome men.
What?
But they're not from here, and they're not men. They just look like men. That begins to make sense to me that perhaps what we are seeing today in the Middle East, having to do with the Iraq, which Iraq was originally hundreds of years ago called Persia.
Okay. I haven't seen this video. I'm not sure if it's real AI generated, but they keep talking about this spaceship that's supposed to come in November, but it's been moved up. Or have y'all heard about that? Y'all know about that? If y'all have, leave it in the comments below.
Persia was called before that Chaldea. Chaldea before that was called Babylon. So what we're talking about is the king of Babylon. Now it begins to look like what's going on here is that our world is being run by very powerful men who care nothing whatsoever about human creatures. Do you care and worry yourself sick when you go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and think about how many innocent families were broken up, how many chickens had to die? You couldn't care less. They're just chickens. They're just animals. And so consequently,
is that how they view us?
I think that the sons of God, the Elohim, Anunnaki, I don't care what name you give them, they are still here. I am totally convinced that we are now seeing in the Middle East, with the United States government doing what it's doing, with the rest of the world preparing for something, tohu vohu. I think what we're actually seeing is a profound, awesome, terrible tribulation coming when the gods are going to battle like two men fighting over a woman. The gods are going to battle for the ownership of us. And consequently, when you understand that Saddam Hussein is Persian, Persia is Chaldean, Chaldean is Babylon. And we're talked in the Bible is filled with, in the book of Genesis and all the way through to Revelation, talks about how the gods of Babylon were to be cursed and they were evil, and that the good God was going to destroy Babylon. I think what we're seeing right now is in Israel, America, England, when you begin to look at the symbols, the words, the terms, the national coats of arms, the seals of nations, listen to what the president is saying. I am totally convinced for my own self, and I've been looking at this for over 40 years, I'm totally convinced what's going on right now is that the president of the United States has no control over anything.
I
think
agree.
That what's going on is there are very powerful, awesome creatures on this earth that look like men, and they act like men, and they can eat with you, but they are not normal human beings.
You think that's what that one lady on the plane saw when she was like, that man is not human? Maybe she know because before they got on the flight, they were together. I mean, weren't they sitting together? Maybe they had a night together and he let her know a little something on the plane because he figured she wouldn't freak out. I don't know, y'all. My mind get going, y'all. Let's back to this. This is crazy.
These people are despotically
men that looks
powerful,
like men that ain't men,
murderous in their intent.
Non-human.
They don't care a thing about human life because they created it. They don't give a damn about nations, races, children, family values. That's all crap to them. They created this creature called man. They are in a whole different world than we are. They don't see the same things. Their technology is so far above us. Their understanding of human creation is so far above anything we understand. They are, as far as we're concerned, gods. Consequently, I think that what we're seeing now is a war between the gods. And
just because I play videos don't mean I agree with everything that we go across, so you guys know.
Consequently, tohu vohu. I believe that, it's my opinion, that we're going to see in the next 2.5 years trouble like we have never seen it before.
It's
agree. Frightening, the implications of what I
think it's going to start ramping up next month.
The gods, and when they're at war, You like war and you like bloodshed? Well, stick around. Now you're going to see how the gods do it. You love, America loves all these war movies. Good, stick around. You're going to really want to see this one, because the gods are going to show you what war is really all about. And it hasn't got a thing to do with sparing the children and only dropping bombs on military. No. The gods, they don't give a damn about none of it. They're here to do one thing, and that is control and take ownership of us, their creation. Incidentally, if the concept that I have outlined, that we creatures, we humans, are actually the offspring of the gods, or some kind of a mating action between the extraterrestrials or the Elohim, Anunnaki, the ancient gods, whatever you want to call them, if there is something to this, if there is any validity to this concept that extraterrestrials who came from heaven, yeah, of course, if they came here and they said, come, let us create man or make man in our image and our likeness, you've got a very interesting situation here. You have Neanderthal or hominid creatures, and we haven't even discussed where the hominid creatures came from. We're not even dealing with that yet.
Oh, we can go there.
But you're talking about an extraterrestrial life forms that look like us, and they have come here from another world, from another place in time, and they are attempting to procreate with the indigenous creatures that are here, and consequently their DNA and their system, their body system from where the world they have come from is so superior to ours, and yet they are smart enough to know how to blend our DNA, the creatures, the hominid creatures, with them. Is this how we got today the Yetis, abominable snowman, the Yetis?
They are real.
What are some of the other terms that are used for those creatures?
Sasquatch.
What is it? Bigfoot. Yeah, Bigfoot.
I don't like that.
The Yetis, whatever. They are hominid creatures. They walk on two legs like male. They look like men, but they are animals. But they are brilliant in intelligence and can outsmart anybody. They have obviously supernatural powers to go in and out of dimensions. There's a lot of material on that subject.
I don't know, and I'm kind of leaning towards that. There's a few videos that I've covered in the past about some of this stuff. I'm gonna see if I can find some of them and put a video out about. But there's some compelling video out there, y'all. Let's keep going.
So, and too many races of people around the world, from China to Asia to North America to all of the ancient cultures, talk about the Bigfoot, the Yetis, those mysterious creatures that live in the wilds. It would not surprise me if those Yetis, Bigfoot creatures, are the original experiments of the Anunnaki gods cohabiting and crossbreeding with the hominid creatures that were here, but they put too much of something in and not enough of the other, and they came out even more vicious than what they were and even smarter. But they're still animals. Well, they screwed up. Okay, now we got to do it something better, because this thing was, before it was just an animal. Now it's a vicious animal, and it has supernatural powers like we do. So, all right, and that thing's already gone. Let's forget it. Let's move it on and do it again now. This time we're going to do it better, and so now they do it again. And now they got it right. Now they got it balanced and got the DNA correct and got it right and gave birth to us. So I'm saying, if any of this has any validity, and I'm just pointing this material out because this is what the Bible says. And so consequently, if any of this has any validity, it very well might be, as my friend William Henry has been talking about for many years, and Zechariah and all the rest of them, I think that we might be seeing a war being put together right now, not by men. It is very possible that we in this country and the world in general is being led. We have talked about Illuminati, the secret societies, the fraternal orders, even among the Masons of Europe. When you confront the Masons of Europe and you ask them, who actually is at the top of your organization? At the very top, who are they? They will tell you that they don't know. That is not to be discussed. They don't know who is at the top, and it's none of your business. And you want to stay alive and just do what you're doing, then you just take care of your business at this level and don't worry about who the boss is. And consequently, the Masons in Europe refer to their masters as, quote, the hidden chiefs or hidden masters. Somehow or another, the hidden masters behind world events, today we refer to them as Illuminati or whatever. I don't think the Bilderbergers and the Council on Foreign Relations and any of those organizations are of any importance to me at all. Those are just the mundane nuts and bolts of how the organizations put together to make things work. I'm more interested as to who are the gods behind world affairs. Who are the brilliant minds at the top of the pyramid, symbolically? Who are the intellectual elites behind world events? I'm totally sure there's only a handful, a very small, tiny handful, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they were the Elohim, the Anunnaki, the men who look like men, but are not men. Consequently, so many people have said, how can these people go to war killing innocent women and children, like the First and Second World War, murdering and killing? How could men do this? I don't think men are doing it at all. I think that there are powerful entities in this world who look like men, and they give the orders, and you better jump. And I don't care if you call yourself president, just don't matter. If you get in their way, they'd sooner kill you as anybody else. They got an agenda, and you had better jump when they say. And consequently, I think that's what we're looking at today, a war between the gods. It has nothing to do with the human element. It has to do with a cosmic, cataclysmic time in which the gods are battling now for our ownership. This is what Steven Spielberg...
What y'all think? They want to use us as batteries like in the Matrix? Is that what's going on?
Spielberg and George Lucas have been telling you. Steven Spielberg in his movie Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. You need to go back and get the movie and watch it. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. What is the Last Crusade? Well, if you don't understand the first two Crusades, you're never going to understand the Last Crusade. Do you know what the Crusades were all about? Do you know who started the Crusades? And what were they crusading about? Well, it has to do with the ownership of people, international banking cartels. It has to do with the Knights Templars of the 9th and 10th century. So consequently, if you don't understand what the first two Crusades or the first three Crusades, then you're not going to understand Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. What is the Last Crusade about? It has Indiana Jones looking for something called the Cup of Christ, or the Holy Grail. The Cup of Christ, the Holy Grail, there have been many, many stories and many interpretations of this, but basically it goes back to one thing. The cup represents the holder of the wine. The wine is poured into the cup. The wine has always represented the blood of mankind. Jesus said, drink this wine, for this is the blood of the covenant. So you drink the wine, all of the men around the table would drink the wine. They are symbolically drinking the blood of the God, so that they are locked into a partnership with God. You're drinking the wine, which is a ritual. The wine represents the blood, and in the Christian sense, it represents Jesus' blood that's being shed for us. So you're drinking the blood, taking an oath to lock yourselves together in a sacred mission. All right, but the Holy Grail the lost
Is that what it is? An
is
oath?
a cup in which you pour the wine. The cup represents the earth, and the wine represents the blood on the earth. So the cup represents the earth. The human blood on the earth is the wine in the cup. Consequently, whoever holds the cup holds the blood of the human family on the earth in his hand, which I believe is a symbolism of the ancient gods.
Okay, y'all, we're gonna
who have come here
skip
from
ahead
another
on the
world,
rest of this.
and they
There's
are
some deep
saying,
stuff,
who
but if
owns
y'all
this
like the
property
stuff
down
y'all
here?
seeing on this channel, check
You know,
him out.
well, we created.
Oh, I got the Trinity. I got all three. Way up there, right there, and right there. I'm trying to get all three.
I tell you, I be trying to
Now
catch
I
stuff
know
in the
a lot
sky.
of you are probably saying, that's just Starlink, that's just Starlink. Well,
No
at
way.
10:05 when I recorded this, there were no visible Starlinks, and I won't be able to even see Starlink until the 23rd, 5:44 a.m. in the morning. This happened at 10:05, August 22nd, and it's not Starlink.
Wow.
Have you guys caught anything in the sky?
go
If you
to your
did,
friend.
tag me. Send me the video.
There's another one scooting.
I
Oh my
think it's
God,
a
look at
plane,
'em all.
meteor,
Look at them all.
satellite,
Wow.
or
Whoa.
UFO
There's more coming.
/AP. You can definitely see it moving. There's two of them moving, I see.
Look at them.
I see one right down here, and then this one up there.
Wow. Look at them. This is Robert
I'm
Earl
assuming
White
this is one too.
in South Jersey. A third one? No way.
1, 2, 3.
I got a UFO fleet. I got a fleet of them. Oh my goodness.
A fourth one.
It's a whole fleet.
There's a fourth one down there.
2,
Yeah.
3.
4. He's not counting the other one, because it's just like the other
Oh
one.
my God.
He's not catching it.
Whoa. Look at that. Oh
Another
my God,
one.
there's another one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's a
That's
fleet.
yeah, it looks like
And there's another one. Hold on, I gotta get back here. This is getting ridiculous. Look. I got 4 of them in shot.
So what y'all think it is?
4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one changed a little bit. No way.
I thought I saw a flash.
Wow. Entire fleet of them. Fleet.
I wonder where this is. New Jersey?
Hi everyone, I'm back. My camera died in the middle of the fleet. I had to run inside, grab another battery. I got another battery. I have no idea what happened. The fleet is continuing. It's an entire fleet. My battery ran out. I had to go inside, swap my cameras. Wow, look at them all.
There's one moving off to the right.
Entire fleet. I cannot believe my battery died. No warning. No nothing.
It's what y'all think. It's impressive. It really is. Y'all see the name of his channel. Robert Earl White.
Get out of here, glare. Stupid car lights. Move. Trying to record a UFO fleet here.
What the hell?
Oh my god.
Okay, reflection from the car lights driving by.
Oh my god.
Look at this one up here.
This is the biggest UFO fleet I've ever recorded.
There's another one moving up.
I cannot believe my camera died halfway through. Had to run inside, get another
What is
battery.
this? This just popped up.
And the entire fleet's continuing. What? I see them through the
Another
tree
one
line.
coming up. I'm still curious about this one here.
What?
I mean, it really is a straight line.
Robert Earl White here in Bridgeton, New
Which I
Jersey.
think, is this Starlink? Wouldn't Starlink be a lot closer? You think those are satellites? Looking at the AI atlas.
Wow.
It's a whole train of them.
Time to grab my tripod. I had my tripod and I just knew I had to come out here and document this fleet. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it is actually.
This is literally a fleet of UFOs.
Yeah, make sure y'all check his channel out. We're gonna keep going. Hold on. I mean, that's clear as day. I wonder, can that laser really reach that far?
I
Like,
see them coming through the freaking tree line. I see them through the trees.
not necessarily through, but
They're
beyond the
looking up through
trees.
the branches of the trees.
They're not coming from the trees, guy.
Wow.
But I understand your excitement.
I got news for you. Not Starlink. Way too many to be Starlink.
Another one coming up.
Wow. Man, how do I get this lucky?
I wish I could catch a
I'm
night like
shaking
that.
a little bit. I am... Like, it's so freaking beautiful.
Have you guys been catching anything? I mean, look
Huh.
at that. It
These
is
things
incredible.
are so low. They're so low. What are they?
All right, we're gonna keep going, y'all. But check out his channel.
All right, I don't want this to turn into a rant, but I want to talk about 5 disease outbreaks that are happening right now. I'm going to go over some numbers and then also how it's going to affect the public. So just
Will this tie into the beginning of the videos about the rabbit, the squirrels, the deers? Let's find out.
bear with me, all right? So number 1, we got Legionnaire's disease. We got 100 cases happening in central Harlem, New York, with 5 confirmed deaths so far.
Legionnaire.
Number 2, we have measles. When West Texas had a mega outbreak beginning of January with 762 cases and 2 child deaths up to date so far.
I've heard about that.
The CDC has said that there's 35 outbreaks within the U.S. with 1,375 confirmed cases and has been deemed the worst year for measles in the U.S. history for decades. Number 3 is whooping cough. Late spring, they exceeded the 8,000 cases that they thought they were going to have. So right now, it's down 9,300. Number 4 is the respiratory outbreak in alligator Alcatraz. So because of the living conditions there, it seems that they have a COVID-like respiratory illness that's spreading between the populace. And so far, like they said, they've had like ambulances going in and out almost every other day. And like they said, it's 80% of the people have like some kind of cough or something happening there. Then number 5, it's fucking weird because I thought we were done with this. We have one confirmed positive for the bubonic plague in California.
Huh?
With a flea bite. And it seems the camper was in Lake Tahoe. Then also, that was in August, and then
a flea bite. Can it be transmitted through fleas? All these animals are in contact, and then your home animals, then you, then other people? All right, I'm jumping ahead.
Also, we have one confirmed death from pneumonic plague, which was the first death in 2007 in Arizona.
What?
So why does it matter? Okay, so I want you to think about
it
this.
matters.
Especially with the alligator Alcatraz, the overpopulating and having the respiratory disease. As they're picking up people, because they have been boasting that they've had like over 300 arrests in the first 2 nights with DC and its mass occupancy as of it right now. When the prisons get overpopulated, it's going to breed disease. When the shelters get overpopulated, it's going to breed disease.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, when the mental health and also the rehab centers get overpopulated, it's going to breed disease.
Okay.
Same thing with the hospitals, because as rural hospitals are closing left and right, it's only leaving bigger hospitals open for more people to go to, which means longer waiting times, but also means that their beds are going to be full, which is also going to be overpopulated. Now, I want you to think about this. With all the mass layoffs that we've had in every industry we've had, I'm talking about warehouse, tech, hospitality, nursing, all through it. Those neighborhoods are now going to start feeling those effects because, once again, those people are not going to be able to afford those places. So more than likely, either A, they're going to move out early and try to find a place that they can sustain with the savings that they have right now, or B, they're going to become homeless, and then that place is going to be vacant. And if someone doesn't rent it, it is now going to start to decay. Just like most shops and most stores in certain areas are starting to decay. Now, think about this. Once they start decaying, okay, that is also going to breed disease. If you want to look at it now, Las Vegas, their stores are closing down. Now, it's not decaying, not by any means, but it is a ghost town. And a lot of stores have closed down. This is going to start with a whole new epidemic of diseases that we thought we once eradicated. Like, we thought we were done with them. And they're coming back. And these poor conditions that people
are they coming back, or are they being reintroduced?
In the next years, it's going to breed more and more disease, and you're going to see more and more outbreaks.
Get your immune system
That's all I
up.
got for you today. So, if anything, as always, be safe out there.
That's something to think about, y'all. Again, entertainment purposes only.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is 2025. Is the bubonic plague back? California resident tests positive after camping trip. Yep, we are talking about the plague. A South Lake Tahoe resident in California has tested positive for the plague. Health officials confirmed this week, sparking renewed alarm over the disease historically known as the Black Death. Authorities in El Dorado County said the case was reported to them by the California Department of Public Health on Tuesday. The patient, who is now recovering at home under medical supervision, is believed to have been bitten by an infected flea while camping in the area. We are talking about the worst disease ever recorded in human history. Have you guys ever read what happened during the plague? We are talking about people being buried alive.
We were burning the bodies.
Medieval cities piled with corpses. And we are talking about the scariest doctors we've ever seen. These guys over here. These eerie bird-like mosques with these beaks. They stuffed the beak with herbs like camphor, like mint, like vinegar, so that they wouldn't smell the smell of the people, the smell of the cities, which was like smelling like that.
From what I heard, and I'm not sure if it's true, the term God bless you also came from this time because when you were coughing and you sneezed, they knew you were close to death. So they would say, God bless you, because they knew you were getting ready to pass away. So it's something to think about when you tell a person, God bless you. What's the real meaning of that? And I also heard another one, but we'll get into that another time.
We are talking about the apocalypse on Earth. Almost 1/3 of the population of Europe was wiped out in the 14th century. Of course, this is not the case. Of course, we are talking about an isolated case, but still, we still have fleas that are infected with this disease. We have to be very careful and we have to pay very close attention to this.
That's spooky, y'all. The bubonic plague, pneumonic plague, zombie squirrels, and I don't know what kind of rabbit. What's going on, y'all? Listen, if you stuck with me this far, I really appreciate you guys are damn near my day ones, and I love you. Got a question. I want to do a video on non-humans caught on camera. You know, about that one video was talking about. What y'all think? Y'all let me know in the comments below. Also, check out my Patreon. This video's on there. YouTube won't allow, but I tell you what, whew, it's gonna be well worth it. So, till next time, you guys stay safe. Love you, appreciate you, and I'll catch you next video.